What up, you guys? It's your boy Tommy with Tommy Ross Music. Good morning. We are live. Today we're going to be talking about the major scale and why it's so important and the 5 patterns that are based off of it. Okay? And how those, especially shape 1, but the rest of the patterns are going to kind of be a foundation for your beginning in music theory. Okay, which I'm going to preach is that, it's so important. You don't need it. There's been plenty of artists who have, hit the big time without it. But a lot of the times, we don't have the it factor that Jimi Hendrix had. Okay. So, first thing we'll get into is we'll pull up the guitar. Got the old Les Paul. Okay. We'll make sure she's in tune. First thing I always do. Little flat on the E, little flat on the D. So I'll go even more flat and I'll just make sure and tune up and tighten to the pitch. G, B, and high E's a little flat. These cold mornings, things pop. Get a little too handsy with it, too early. Okay. Alright, what up there, whoever you are? I love the sound of tubes warming up, Just lets you know that it's real. So this morning, just to touch up on the last lesson, I'm going to throw on a little reggae beat, and I'll show you how the pentatonic can work in multiple ways, okay? Let's do... So we're in the key of B, so this minor pentatonic is going to be based off the 7th fret. Well, at least shape 1 is, okay? Now those are some in-between notes, so this is more than just a minor pentatonic scale. It's actually the natural minor scale. Okay, but that's how it works. Now, I haven't done a reggae lesson yet, or how to get into reggae, but or how to, what it consists of. A lot of the times it's pretty basic. It goes from the 1 to the 4 to the 5 to the 1. You know, example, there's the 1, there's the 4. You know, whatever. A lot of reggae does that stuff. Some of it's more sophisticated and melodic, but either way. So that's what the minor pentatonic can do for you. Now I'm gonna put them up on the screen here. Boom. So we'll just focus on shape 1. Okay. This is pattern 1 up there. Okay. Yeah. So this one's based off of the key of G. Okay. This one's in the key of G. So it starts, if you look up there, if you look at the dots on the neck of that diagram, it's actually starting that red note. That first red note. Where's it at? Let's see. Right up, you know, the top one. And by the first red note, I mean the one on this line right here. The very bottom line. Remember, the diagrams are going to be flipped upside down. Or at least that's how it seems to me. So anyways, let's start with your second finger, middle finger on the 3rd fret, low E string. 6th string, okay? 3rd fret, low E string. We're going to throw our pinky a whole step up on the 5th fret. Okay. Then we're going to come down to the 2nd fret of the A string. 3rd fret of the A string. 5th fret of the A string. 2nd fret of the D string. 4th fret of the D string, 5th fret of the D string. Okay, and there's the octave. So we're on the octave now. It's the other red note that you're looking at. I'll do it with one finger. Top 3 strings, or the bottom 3 strings, if you will. And I'll call them out, okay? I'll call out the fret numbers one more time. So we've got 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 5. Okay, and then it starts again. It lands on that red note. Now it shows another black note, and that is in the bottom of shape pattern 1. But it's also note 2 in the scale, and that's also what starts pattern 2 on the low E string. Same note, so go up to the low E string, it's an E as well. Same note. And then shape 2 starts. Okay, let's get into shape 2 now. Remember, you can always pause and go back. Okay. So pattern 1, we've got more time. Remember, ascend and descend down these things, okay? So get half of pattern 1 down, and then work on the other half of pattern 2. I'll call the frets out for you. It's going to start on the D string, 5th fret, okay? That's in a G as well. I'm going to do a video soon about how to quickly find octaves on the neck with kind of like visual shape diagrams for those shape learners and visual learners, okay? So let's start on pattern 2 now. Ready? So it's going to be 5, 2 on the G, 4 on the G, 5 on the G, 3 on the B, 5 on the B, 2 on the low E or high E, and then 3 on the high E. And then also 5 on the high E, which is that beginning note of pattern 2, second note in the scale, because once you get to the root, you start over again. Okay, and eventually we'll get into how you can walk these scales on one string. And that's all you're doing. You learn how to walk it on one string, and you could, you know, take it down shapes. But anyways, pattern 2 is like this. Okay? It's kind of going to look like that natural minor scale or the melodic minor scale. Okay? Here it goes. It's going to start on 5. Okay? Ready? 5, 7, 8 on the low E. 5, 7 on the A. 4, 5, 7 on the D. 4, 5, 7 on the G. 5, 7, 8 on the B. 5, 7, 8 on the high E. It gets a little confusing looking at the screen. I'm looking at my guitar on the screen, and sometimes I'm just looking at that rather than looking at my own hand. I can play with these things with my eyes closed, but it's a little early for that. Okay. Look at pattern 2. You can visually, the way I remember these things is I know I've got a little 3-note line here, then I've got a 2-note line next, then I got a 3-note string, you know, and then another 3-note per string, another 3-note per string, but it's a half step up, and it's like the flip-flop shape, you know, so whatever you want to use in your mind to memorize these shapes, but you have to memorize these shapes if you want to get to that level. Okay, pattern 3 plays right into pattern 2, okay? It's going to start on the 7th fret, so it's going to be 7, 8, 10, 7, 9, 10, 7, 9, 10, 7, 9, 7, 8, 10, 7, 8, 10. 10, 8, 7, 10, 8, 7, 9, 7, 10, 9, 7, 10, 9, 7, 10, 8, 7. Try to walk them faster and faster and faster. Start slow, okay? Whoops. And there's the G. There's another G. I'm going to tell you a secret about all these shapes, okay, when we're done with this. Pattern 4, let's get it locked in. And let me tell you, it takes a lot more than just going over them as much as I do for the videos. You've got to do these over and over and over again to really buckle down these concepts, okay? So we're on pattern 4 now. Okay. Pattern 4 is going to start on your 10th fret. Static signal connection here. All right, so we got 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, 11, 12, 10, 12, 13, and then 10, 12. One more time, we got 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, 11, 12, 10, 12, 13, 10, 12. Okay? There's the G. There's another G. Okay? Whoops. I don't know if my hands were on screen, so I'll do it one more time. We got 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, 11, 12, 10, 12, 13, and then 10, 12 on the high E. Excuse me. Remember, we're in the key of G. So, let's go on to pattern 5 now. Okay, this one starts on the 12th fret, and this one more so looks like that natural minor scale, I guess you'd say. But it starts on the 12th fret, okay? There's the G. There's the start of the shape of the pattern, okay? So it starts on the 5th note of the scale. So I'll call out the frets. It's going to be 12, 14, 15, 12, 14, 15, 12, 14, 11, 12, 14, 12, 13, 15, 12, 14, 15. One more time. 12, 14, 15, 12, 14, 15, 12, 14, 11, 12, 14, 12, 13, 15, 12, 14, 15. Okay, so there's the 5 shapes, and then you come down to the G. It borders the G, the shape 1, okay? And then we can walk shape 1 again. In fact, I want you to. Okay? And then you can start adding those little exercises into your scales and the little drills, technique drills, like the odd note groupings of 5 or 3 or whatever. So we'll do 5. Let's see if I can do it here. So you can do that in a, hey, spiral. Hey man, thanks for putting something in the chat. I didn't even see that. I'm so sorry. It's so tiny over there. I don't have anybody with me today, so I can't really keep up with the chat that well. Okay, so you drone a G note. Okay, you drone a G note. Let's see if I can get a G right here. Okay. Okay. So, not only do they sound beautiful, I'm going to take these off the screen now. Oh, that's coming up here next. Not only do they sound beautiful, but they're going to play into things like music theory. So, practice those scales, daily. The 5 patterns. Continue to do the minor pentatonic. So, if you don't feel comfortable with the minor pentatonic 5 shapes yet, I'm not saying you can't practice these, but this probably isn't going to be any easier, okay? And then you're just adding too much stuff on your plate. You don't want to put too much on there, okay? One more time. Sorry. Got ahead of myself. One second. Okay, that's what it looks like to drill it into your brain. That's what it looks like. You're wondering, when I used to be so lost, I didn't know how to practice. I didn't know what to practice. It just looks like that. It's repetition. Just like in math class when you've got, you learn it, the teacher will show you a concept at the beginning of the class, right? Or, a formula and how to work out the formula and solve the equation. And then he gives you a worksheet with 50 equations. 50. Then homework, you have 50 more or whatever, They drill it into your brain. I don't know if it's Handel that I heard this story about, but, famous composer. And they said that he used to repeat a phrase 120 times perfectly before he would move on. So that's just how, that's just how meticulous these great composers and these great musicians are. If you want to be great, you got to practice, okay? You got to put the time in and the effort, okay? Daily. Not just once a week. Okay? Unless once a week, maybe in a year you'll be able to play stuff like yeah, sitting around the campfire, yeah. Sitting around the campfire, yeah. Whatever, and that's cool. That's fine. I mean, I'm not hating. Just don't, expect this stuff to come overnight. Okay, so that's what the major scale can do for you. That's how you practice it. Now, I'm going to show you a concept that I ignored for so long. Music theory. Okay? Music theory. Music theory, music theory. Let me show you what it's done for me in the short time that I've learned to just memorize a few of the things that you learn when you begin to study this stuff. Okay, this amp got some weird ticking noises going on today. You know, electrical sockets. Let's get the hair looking right, guys. Just woke up. So, let's see here. Boom! Okay. Boom! The circle of fifths. Okay? The right side of it that you're looking at is going to have, see how it says G, and underneath there's a 1, there's a 2. It's like a clock, right? 1, 2, 3. The right side are the sharps, and the left side are the flats, okay? So G is going to have 1 sharp in the major scale. D is going to have 2 sharps in the major scale. A is going to have 3 sharps in the major scale. E is going to have 4 sharps in the major scale. Everything really gets based off this major scale, okay? Now get into F sharp or G flat. Remember we talked about that? How F sharp is also G flat? Well, that's going to have 6 sharps or 6 flats, okay? So sharps and flats are kind of the same thing, but not really. It just depends on which way you're looking at it. What they are is, if you look at a piano, the sharps and the flats are the black keys, okay? And everything else is going to be the white keys. So everything that's not sharp or flatted, okay? Also, if you learn the circle of fifths, you know, as a matter of fact, let's pull up that guitar one last time. Because there's one thing I've got to say about the major scale. And what is so important about it. If you ever learn the Nashville writing concept, songwriting concept, when they talk about the first, the fourth, and then the fourth, you know, the first, the fourth, the fifth, the fourth, the first. What they're talking about that when they say the third is the major scale. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Okay? The 1 is rooted off the 1. The 4 is rooted off the 1, or off the 4th note in the scale. The 5 is rooted off the 5th note in the scale. The 3rd, minor 3rd, minor 3rd, major 3rd, minor 4th, major 4th, minor 4th, or sorry, minor 5th, major 5th, 5, 4, 1. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is our octave. Octave, 8. 8 is our octave, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay, the major scale is the basis of Western music. Okay, there's a lot of things to get into about theory, but one of the first things you should memorize is circle of fifths. Okay, I shouldn't have pulled it up. I'll just do it on here. In the circle of fifths, you can look. There's another thing you can learn about, and I'm going to explain the sharps and the flats thing and what it's done for me on the piano. But there's a couple things here. The G, okay, is the 5th away from C, and the F is the 4th in the key of C. So any note you look at, any letter you look at, one to the right is going to be the 5th of that key, the 5th note in the scale, and one to the left is going to be the 4th note in the scale. Okay, so you got right there. You can just visually see that in the key of C, up there at the top, the 4th note. Well, the first note is going to be C. The 4th note is going to be F, and then the fifth note is going to be G. Okay, so key of C. Fourth note is going to be F. Fifth note is going to be G. Okay, 1, 4, 5. You're going to hear that a lot. And you're thinking, why wouldn't it be 1, 2, 3? It's the first three notes that we're playing in the song. Well, yeah, those might be the first three and the only three notes in the song, in the blues song you're playing, but it's really the first, the fourth, and the fifth note in the major scale. Okay, voila. Now, here's what, so that's a cool trick for the circle of fifths. Anywhere you go, any letter you go, you can do that same structure. You can go to the key of A, right? That's going to have 3 sharps in it. The fifth note is going to be E, and the fourth note is going to be D. Okay, so the key of A, fourth note's going to be D, fifth note's going to be E. Okay, 1, 4, 5. Now, that's not the cool thing. That's not what sounds great on the piano that I learned, but check this out. This is going to have to do with the sharps concept, okay? The sharps and the flats. So if anybody plays piano, they know that in the key of C, you can play all white notes because it has 0 sharps and 0 flats, okay? Up there at the top, 0 sharps, 0 flats. So you can use all the white keys. Okay, basic. Let's go to the key of G. Okay, that one's gonna have 1 sharp in it. Okay, so it's gonna be do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. There it is. That black key, that one black key, is gonna be the sharp in the key of the major scale of G. So. Okay, boom. This happened in one day. I got this piano. I know the circle of fifths, and I put 2 and 2 together. Okay, I haven't really looked up anything about scales on pianos at all. The key of A is gonna have 3 sharps. Okay, so A. Here's the 3 sharps. Okay, so I learned the major scale in the key of A. Let's go to the key of E. It's got 4 sharps. I bet you I can figure it out. Okay, I did already. Here it is. So E is one of my favorite ones. It's gonna sound like this. Okay. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. It's got 4 sharps. Here they are. Do it in another octave, okay? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Here's the 4 sharps. Do it in a low octave. Why not? Where are they at? Oh! Okay, so you get the basic concept there. We'll do another one. Why not? It's just fun for me. We'll do the key of B, and it's gonna have 5 sharps. Okay, so the key of B is gonna be. Look at that. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 black keys, okay? Let's go to F sharp or G flat. That's going to have 6 sharps or 6 flats. Check it out. One of my favorite ones. It's actually the first scale that I learned because I had a little loop pedal on playing a blues in the key of F sharp, and turned the piano on. I tried to play along, and I just figured it out by ear. And little did I know I was walking the major scale. Well, it was a blues in the key of F major, so sure enough. 6 sharps or 6 flats. Starts on a sharp, 2 sharps, 3 sharps. There's not a sharp. 4 sharps, 5 sharps, 6, and there's the 6. Sorry. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on all the social medias at Tommy Ross Music. I think you'll be able to find me. Thanks for staying tuned. Hope y'all have a good one, man. Peace.